What's up, Stephen Johnson, Jeevan Stonson? Up 420 bucks. Good day. I'm just watching MXC because I know that F1 team boss is shorting it, the motherfucker. He's just texting us now asking, like, what? He's just saying, look, yeah, I'm fucking short this. What's the crack? And I'm like, you're looking like you might be all right. MXC is coming down. I think we're right. Well, just say hello, see where you're from. We'll get people in and then we'll do this recap. Like I say, $500+ day, but after commissions, it's like $418, $417. Questions, tickers for sure. Let's do it. We'll try and make it reasonably quick, but what's cool about today is a screen recorded me broker. So we're going to actually look in real time at the trades that I took today and how I took them. Alex and Drizzle, you guys must tell each other that I'm here or you're both subscribed, but either way, it's fucking sweet. Alex, I need to save your number on my phone. I keep on forgetting. But it's been a busy day and me, I broke up with my girlfriend again. So that's a fucking disaster. We'll see what happens there. But cool, we're getting like 30+ in the room. MX, so F1 team bosses and MX, what the fuck is it? MXC? It's a hyper low float and it's like multi-year highs. It's super low float. 30 million volume. This could do anything, but I think F1 team boss might get away with not blowing up his account today. He's just refunded it as well. Anya is still single. But guys, Harry D. Guys, I've got a good treat for you today. I'm looking forward to it. So we'll just go step by step. I think F1's going to get away with this one. We'll just go step by step. I just want to share my screen, but then I'm going to take you through live recordings of my trades. I've recorded some screens for quite a while. So you can see my desktop here. So if I just check me screenshots, let's have a look. Here we go. You guys can see this reasonably well. DMPI made 50 bucks, not a lot. MXC made 30 bucks long. F1 team bosses was short. But the main two, I guess I'll talk about were OGen and ONTX because I don't want to confuse you guys. OGen was it squeezed shorts, but it was looking weak. We'll get into it. Took 200, and ONTX was the first red day. We'll get into it. To be honest, what's OGen doing? It's fell again. It's a shame. OGen I was a bit too cautious with, and I could have made 300 or 400. ONTX probably took that off the right time. But let's just keep these in mind. So we've got OGen and ONTX. So let's try and just remember what the fuck we're doing and try and keep this structured. So, I mean, I find these things on Stocks to Trade, and I've just got a couple of referrals through from Tim Sykes. So I obviously learned through Tim Sykes and the challenge and Penny Stock and Silver. If you want to learn, I've left a link in the description for a referral link just to see if anyone wants to do it. I mean, I only get like 20 bucks for each referral, but a couple of people did it, but I was even asking, so I'm curious. But OGen's pretty cool because, like, obviously it comes up and comes down. Like it's a typical penny stock. But with OGen, and I think we'll do it stock by stock. I think that's the best way. You've got a 40 million float. You've got the fact that it typically gaps and fails. You see the gap fail, then the gap fail, then the gap fail. Throughout May, June, and July. And then somehow it's gone on a bit of a run. And what I thought was interesting about OGen is you had this breakout. You've got a breakout from the 134s up. And then this is not a first red day because it's not red, but it's like it's lower than the previous high, but it's a red day. But the crazy thing is when it gaps up again. So OGen, I'll just reload this up. So I'm in a new browser. OGen's obviously had news and it's ripped back up when it should have been kind of on its first red day or whatever, however you look at it. So if we look at it before today, we had OGen breakouts, give it all back, and then it's squeezed up with news, and it was opening at 195. So you'd expect this to be a kind of a trashy stock that becomes a squeeze play, and you think this is a squeeze play, which is very interesting to when we look at OGen live. Oh shit. Just give us a sec. So this is OGen at 9:15 in the morning. It's broke out the new highs. In fact, if we just check, the highs on OGen are 184. So it's basically at the previous day high right now. If you look at the top left of the screen, OGen is at 184. Now you can see that I've took a short. You might be able to see. Yeah, you can see the red arrow at 8 o'clock. I took a short in the 190s. You see OGen's just popping up. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. We see, again, OGen top left of the screen. OGen pops up through 190, and I think OGen's a squeeze play. I'm red on the ticker. It's pre-market. It's 9:15. I'm not going to fuck with this. One sec. Hello? Who's this? It's 4909, sorry, not 500. Are you on the 50th floor? Are you on the 50th floor? Sorry, yeah, wrong address. Sorry, it's 4909. Can you just leave it outside? 4909. Can you just leave it outside? No, 4909. 4909. Yeah, just leave it outside. It's fine. Thanks. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. It's food. So we can see OGEN is popping up, and I cover that little blue arrow is covering. I lost maybe 15 bucks, and we're near into the open. I'll stop it at the open so we can see the opening candle. I'll talk you through it. And I have no position in OGen. I took a small short. Nothing happened, so I just left it hanging. So it's 9:29 right now. We're hovering around 197. I'm sorry if you guys have to zoom in or something. And just so you know, I'll not go into this stock today, but ONTX is a first red day. I took a short in the 123s, and that's dropping down as well. MXC, you already know in the bottom right. And DMPI, I took a short in as well. But let's focus on OGen. So OGen, I'm thinking, it's a squeeze play. We should get a squeeze up, a spike up at the open. So far, nothing really is happening. Brooke as Speed Trader Pro. So OGen, we get this kind of weak wash. I'll just fast forward a little bit. We're dropping. Oh, sorry. Go back a little bit. Drop to the 180s, bouncing back, and you'll see I'll take a short in OGen any second. Also on ONTX, first red day, I've got a short in the. I'm 122 on ONTX, the first red day. Check the broker. You see that OGen? You see the red arrow there pop up? OGen, it's washed. It's popped up a bit above VWAP. It's a little bit heavy, so I've took a starter there in OGen. I've also took a starter in BMPI. Just check the daily, but again, it's looking weak in the opening candle. So I've took that. NYC has halted. That was a long that I took. I took it long and sold it. ONTX, I'm not going to do anything with this because it's first red day, and I think it's got range up to the 120s, 30s, 40s. So it's not the type of stock that I'm going to take. OGen, I expect that maybe it can go higher because shorts are squeezed. I'll look at it around the twos. If it goes past the twos, I think it's probably a good idea to cut it based on the fact that it's higher day and pre-market higher day. But again, I'm in very small. So we'll see with OGen when it looks like it's going to break higher days. Sometimes I don't cut at higher day break. I cut before because I'm just a bit scared. So you should see us cut any second with OGen. And you guys can relay this back on your own tape and check it out. OGen looks like it's pushing through $1 million candles. This should be about the time I start to cut this. We're hitting 2. If we start breaking through 2, I'm like, oh, it's probably something I should be out of. See the cut at 198. I don't know if that's premature. Yeah, nah, it's a good cut because obviously I've cut this. I can see the level 2 ask is getting absolutely slammed. I'm like, fuck this, I'm out. So my initial short was a big wash, short the VWAP resistance 190, took it off 190. And bear in mind, this is just a starter position. I'm not really doing anything special. Me BMPI in the bottom left, I've took the short at 136. We're down in the 130s. I'm up a bit. MYC, I had a long on it. I'm just watching, nothing special. ONTX in the top right. Again, I've got some shorts like in the 130s. It's at 115. I'm up 10 cents. But OGen is the interesting one because shorts should get squeezed and they're not really getting squeezed. Like this wick shouldn't happen. When it breaks higher day, the stock is like, it didn't just like, it's a gap and crap that normally always gaps and craps. And then it's actually had a multi-day run. And then when everyone thought the first red day was in, it gapped up higher. So it's the perfect recipe for a squeeze. But for some reason, it's not squeezing, it's pulling back. So it's not often I'll take these VWAP bounces and reshort, because on stronger stocks, you would expect that this would bounce off VWAP and go higher. But with this type of squeeze play, I would be thinking, if this breaks higher day and shorts are all squeezed, it's going to be fucking ripping to new highs. And it was just the price action here. I was like, oh, it's pushed, but then it's not really done anything. It's pulled back down. And then this isn't exactly ripping to new highs. I mean, look, I was taking a 50-50 shot. It could have gone to new highs. It might not have gone to new highs. But I was thinking it looks a little heavier than it should. I might be right. I might be wrong. I'm 50-50. I'll take a shot. I'll take a shot at it. You know what I mean? I'm down $40 on OGen at the time. ONTX, I've got a really nice average in the 130s. That's dropping. BMPI, I've got a good entry at 136, dropping. So it's almost like with OGen, I'll give it like one more stab, one more shot, and see where it goes. And right now, especially right now, it's like too heavy. If you look at the volume candles, we just pulled 600,000. And I'm like, aren't you meant to be ripping because you just broke higher days and you're squeezing all the shorts? And then when we get this candle, I'm starting to think, okay, we can attack this. It's pretty bearish. It's pretty short. And we're breaking this little uptrend. 2's about to go, which is the whole dollar number. There's the cracker 2. And this is quite interesting as well because right now I'm up like $150 on the day, and I kind of let profits dictate a bit too much. So I'm thinking, is this going to bounce off VWAP and somehow like retest the higher days? Can I steal, because I'm not up much on the day, can I steal a 195 cover and then a reshort of 203 and just make 5%? Because that's a big red candle, and obviously you can cover that and then reshort higher in, and you'll see the green tick come in. So when I see this little bit of resistance on VWAP, or it doesn't immediately go down, or more the fact that it's just dropped. We've just dropped like 190 to 205. It's 25 cents, right? So I can't resist, but just take a bit off here. Any second, we should get a cover, because I remember covering at VWAP. ONTX, you've got a bit of a pop-up. I'm probably looking at add size, because I've got a very good average on ONTX. Yeah, there's the cover. It doesn't drop down, and we get a bit of a hammer candle, so I'm a bit like, all right, I'll hang fire with this. ONTX, I'm looking to add to the short because I've got a very nice average, so there's no worries about lowering the average. MYC is halted. DMPI is just doing nothing. It's pretty illiquid. So really the focus is on OGen. We get the next red candle down. And this is quite interesting. You see the short here? When it doesn't bounce on VWAP and it slams back below, I'm like, all right, well, I'll short VWAP, I'll risk VWAP, or I'll risk 195, the candle's just above VWAP. You see the add on ONTX. In retrospect, it was down quite a lot, so maybe I could have took that VWAP. The MPI is just not really doing much. And if we carry on, OGen is basically risking off VWAP. You see that little ad, just took a little ad into the short. sorry, into the pop. So OGen from this point on, once the patterns failed, like we got the 180s test, but once this 180s, this double bottom on volume fails on the 1.2 million volume, I'm basically risking VWAP, and I'm short and looking for a descending triangle for it to crack and go lower, 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 lower. If I just check, I'm just checking OGen now. OGen's at 155. No, it's not a reshort. ONTX, I'll not touch. I've got the podcast there, so I can't really do it. So you've got that. I'm looking to add, because I don't have much size on ONTX. I have a pre-market starter, so I'm like, oh God, I've got some size on ONTX, 114, taking that around 118, 119. DMPI, I'm just thinking I'm covering because it's a liquid. MKC or MIC, whatever it is, that's halted and ripped to the upside. Now it's pulling back to the downside. That's just choppy and all over. It's a 500,000 float. And if we carry on just a little bit more, OGen, again, that's like a nice little ad. You see the ad. I'm looking for ads, because it's, for me, it's like failed. We already got a small crack above the double bottom. I think it's going to have like one last push for longs, and then it's done. So I'm looking for any possible ad just to get a bit more size, because I'm quite sure with some conviction now that this is definitely going lower. I fucking love LWT. Mate, you know nothing, just follow John's calling it. John's learning, he's trying. So we've got that little ad, because I'm trying to build size, because I've got conviction this is going down now. ONTX as well on the top right. I've got conviction this is coming down, but obviously the reclaim of VWAP and the green candle off VWAP is scary. Fast forward a little bit. I think DMPI, I'm about to get sick of it and just take it off. SNDE, I'm realizing is squeezing up. It's broke high of day. SNDE, I think you've got this really nice kind of higher day break from the 414s. I think right now I've just labeled out the high day break. That 424, I'm a bit scared of longing, but that's a nice candle to buy off. And just, I mean, look, if you're wrong, you lose like 10 cents or whatever. So watch SNDE to see that higher day break. Where OGen, we're expecting lower lows, lower highs. ONTX, I'm trying to build size, but I'm also a little bit scared that it's holding VWAP, but not too concerned. It's first red day, it's fine. Fast forward a little bit. OGen, I've added a bit more size. ONTX is failing VWAP. SNDE, I mean, look, like I said, I didn't take this. We've just missed it because I'm looking at the daily for different resistance levels. Hopefully we'll go back to the chart. So I'm 33. Okay. So you see that high? You see how it held SND in the bottom right? You see how that held and then broke that high day? Really beautiful. And again, OGen, lower highs, lower highs. ONTX, I got me size that I wanted for that short, which is solid. And then OGen, this is very important on OGen. So we just focus on OGen in the top left. And obviously I could like really edit these videos quite well, but I'd rather do it on live stream with you guys. So OGen, it's fallen. Some could put an argument that it's down too much, but we see the 171s, it's a double bottom. We've had the little repush like of like, oh, it's like, so it went down from the 210s to the 170. So people are thinking like, oh, can we get a push back to VWAP? It tries to push back to VWAP, doesn't come down. Then we get the final double bottom retest of 171 with OGen. And I'm just waiting for this to snap, and it's getting heavier and heavier and heavier. You see 171 tests more and more and more. And then it's just a waiting game, and then there you go. There's the snap. OGen finally snaps to the 168s, 167s, 166s. And in hindsight, I mean, OGen now is at 158. And I don't want to take it because it's lunchtime, but OGen turned out to be a bit more downside, but I wouldn't put it past OGen to kind of try. I missed the other thing with OGen is you'll see. So I covered at 158 and I just took the rest off. So you can see I've zoomed into OGen a bit now. So we have the 165 cover, and when OGen starts to make higher highs, I've got a reshort in the 170s. So I'm thinking, all right, I'll take one more lower high, one more leg down. ONTX, I'm adding more size to. So ONTX, I had the short pre-market on the first red day in the pre-markets, added, and then when it's failed VWAP, added. So I'm trying to build size on ONTX, and then I'm trying to build a bit more size on OGen, but I'm also taking profits along the way. And with OGen, you'll see in the top left-hand side of your screen, when it pulls this high, I chicken out, and it's a shame because I took some profits, I took some covers. It's weak as hell going from the 2s to the 160s. So I really wish I had a bit more conviction and just thought, all right, I'll short this off VWAP. I mean, maybe this little short in the 170s freaked us out because when it retested that short, I just thought, now I'll just take a $5, $10 loss. I wish that I took the risk more off VWAP instead, but I was having a bit of an off day. And you'll see that OGen did, in fact, come up to VWAP, and then that's the slam there. You've got testing 182. It doesn't even test because like if a stock's strong, it'll come up to the 185s, 186s, and then slam back. But we didn't really get that slam back. We didn't get above VWAP and then slam back. We got it slam, like the stocks always slam back, but you get this, and this we got the slam back before VWAP. It didn't even test VWAP, which is an extra sign of weakness. And ONTX, it's confirmed that this is kind of working out as well. DMPI, I think I just cut out of boredom. It's at 124 now. I probably cut it at 130, so lost quite a few cents on that. But yeah, for sure, like OGen, just bottled it to be honest. And we see the price action unfold. ONTX, I'm still in short. We've got the triple bottom, the descending triangle, everything's there. If anything, I want to like add a bit more size to that. Little bit annoyed that I missed out on OGen. We get the last life bumps of OGen, and we also get the crack of ONT6, ONTX. You see that little crack? We just broke the triple bottom into the 108s, and we have the confirmation of the failed VWAP test. And then OGen really starts to fall apart and make new lows. To the 150s where it is now. OGen's at 157 right now, and don't have really much hope for it. In terms of OGen, it was the right cover as it came out. I mean, OGen's potentially a reshort, but it's a bit of liquid, so I'm a bit worried about it. So OGen, basically, I played quite well. Only I didn't take full, I covered and panicked at the 175s. I should have risked VWAP, which is a proper risk level. And ONTX, you see, I got that cover, nice cover. So basically, I short this from the 130s, 140s, added around the 120s, lowering the average to the 130s, and then covered in the ones, like 110. So that's a good like 10, 12, 13%. Can't remember what it's on the profit and loss thing I showed you. And the rest is kind of history. OGen failed. ONTX made slightly lower lows before starting to push back up. This push actually led it all the way back up. So that was it. But so that's the way it goes. Like OGen, I was too scared to take the VWAP short, but it worked. And then ONTX, I was too scared to hold, but I covered at the perfect time. So you kind of just got to go with your gut feeling, go with what you know, go with what you think's right. And sometimes you're right and sometimes you're wrong. Now, well, I'll take a couple of questions, whatever you guys want to look at. Send some quick tickers. We've been on for 25 minutes, so send some quick tickers. I'll look at them, and then I'm going to probably sign off for the afternoon. I've took a good 400 plus today, which is nothing. Like pros are taking 4 to 10 grand a day, 20 grand. So my trading is like very small and shit. I could trade higher. I could trade more, but like really right now, I'm just happy learning, getting better, getting more confident. It was a quiet week this week because I've been working a lot in the advertising job. But so I mean, this Wednesday is what was it, like 420 or something like that? I'll have to double check. It's around a 400 day, so it's a really small week, really tiny week. But I've been working a lot, so it's fine though. Like up 6.5K on the month. That 10K a month still in short. But I don't really care about that shit. I used to be like, oh, 10K a month, 15K a month, 5-figure club. I'm not really asked about that anymore. I'm more bothered about the consistency, the red days under 500, and mostly the green days. So that's all what really matters to us these days. So we'll open it up to questions, and then I'm bouncing. Elliot, OBIG. Oh yeah, what happened to was it NYC? I'm shit with tickets. What's the main runner again? Scans are a fucking blessing, by the way. MXC. I want to see if F1 team got slammed in this or if he's banked. That's oh my god. F1 team boss, I hope he's out of this because that double bottom VWAP is fucking scary. It's just so choppy. You don't know what's going on. What are you looking at? OBLG. I fucking love live streaming, by the way, because I love to help people in real time. I don't know what you're entering exit with. OBLG. It's the same as Ogen. It's a shit stock that's somehow squeezed out. So normally the way I'd play these is I'd let them squeeze and I'd short them when the gas tank's out. I definitely wouldn't be playing. I'd definitely be thinking that this is a weak open right to green. Whether you short the VWAP fail, take some covers and then get scared out, yeah. But it's ultimately failing now. But I mean, I'd be maybe shorting into VWAP, be a bit scared though. Or when it breaks VWAP and it doesn't hold and you get the slower high, maybe you shorten the break or around VWAP at around 420, but I don't see any other entry than that. Alex, good to see you, brother. Deep, good to see you, brother. Hope you guys learned today. What did you guys think about the live stream? F1 took 100 shares off, which is not much. What do you guys think of the new live stream? Do I need to just focus on one ticker and change it? But I kind of like focusing on all four, to be honest, because it helps me. What's up, big guy? I'm good. I'm good. Fuck knows, mate. I'll never get around fat now. 400-ish. I think I'm up today. Yeah. Dean fucking Robert Logan, get to England and we'll have some drinks together. Like I say, like $400 is shit, but like it's £300 in England, which is like a lot of fucking money. So back in Newcastle, I could trade full time for sure. I think food is coming, absolutely. This one's Speed Trader Pro. Nah, dude, it's just lessons in time. Dude, a $200 loss is not bad. Like I remember being 10 grand down and taking 5 grand losses to 15. I was sucked. I'm thinking I'm going longs on gap ups with no resistance if I know short. Yeah, no, dude, absolutely. When stocks gap up in the previously gapping craps, it's like rolling both strategy to buy either when it spikes up 100%, no, when it spikes and then pulls back less than 50%, or the double bottoms on day twos. Like that's don't quote us because like Roland's a fucking genius and I'm not. Don't quote us, but that's kind of his strategy. Boomtown. Oh, we've got questions today. Mate, John needs to get back in your room. Oh, he just needs to learn stocks, and I hope he does. Would you rather long MTC with leverage or give Johnny Boy a blowjob? Dude, all you need to do now is mention Will Carriman, and he officially hates you for life. Lol, nice recap, Jeeves. Good. Guys, I hope you like the live stuff because it's very easy. It's very easy for us to record another screen and give it to you guys. Alex is talking about SNDE. That's the one that squeezed, right? I was thinking about taking it on the way back down. Quite likely a one there, unprecedented volume. This kind of stock that rips up at like 847.9, or anything that gaps or runs 845 to 930. Because you see that Pixie does this a lot. I remember Pixie did this. I remember DGLY did this. Now SNDE's done that. These types of stocks can generally really run at the open and trap shorts, but as much as the rise, they also give back. So for me, if I play any strategy, I'd be thinking like 10, 30, 11 or 2. And if we look, because you're for sure not playing it before 10:30. This Head and Shoulders, I mean, maybe you can take this in the 440s, but it's too early. I wouldn't be taking this. So basically, my rule is with stocks that like rip from 845-ish, and they really rip with some volume, and the chart's pretty shit, to be fair, but the fact that it's news and volume near the market open. Oh, Jared, we'll check F1 team boss in a minute. He's just added that 1410. The fact that this is like holding highs or holding most of its highs, it's volatile, it's new, because new things like make people chase, and the Robin Hooders, when the chase, shit rips. So I would have waited longer for this. I'd still think it's maybe a short, maybe around the 440s, 450s, but I'd need to see lower highs on it. Borowski. How many panels do you trade? Nikhil says. Dude, like it's weird. Like I traded one, then I traded one between 8:30 and 9:45, and then I traded one 8:30 till 10:30, then I traded one all day, then I traded two all day, now I just trade everything. Like I don't really have any set patterns. Like shit's weak, shit's strong. I'm more like price action now. But my main pattern, I only really trade one main pattern though. Yeah, dude, but Trade Zero, you might be pissed at their overnight fees, but then you go to Speed Trader and they charge you fucking crazy amounts of ECN fees and commissions. So Speed Trader's probably, Trade Zero is probably better. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. No, I can tell because the numbers are holding longer. The people that come in are holding longer, and there's more questions. That's cool, brother. Up the tune. Good stuff. What made you focus on the ones that you did? Because I didn't focus on any in particular, to be honest. I just thought there's about 10 stocks that are playable, and I'm going to look for the ones that look heaviest with the tape, or the ones that spike and then look heavy on the tape. That's basically all I can describe it as. Gap prep reversal, exactly. $80 loss on S&D, not been trading well lately, but still profitable for the month. Any tips on how to do when things... it's tough, bro. The best thing I can possibly tell you to do is screenshot your entries and exits, or write it down, or mark it on a chart if you don't have a broker that lets you do that. But just screenshot your entries and exits. Like I still do it now. I've got a bit lazy recently, but I will like save all of the charts and save all my entry and exits. And you guys think that live streams are kind of for you, but they're also for me, because I look at what I was thinking and what I was doing, and then I look at the screenshots of the charts on a PowerPoint, I save them all together, and then at the end of the month, I group them by type of trade they are, and I just try and identify market trends and changes, but it's starting to get kind of same all the time now. If I have a run of losses, how do you cope with it mentally? Just trade less. Whenever I'm going through a run of losses, I just trade one pattern or two patterns. Or the better way, like say if you're short, if you're losing all the time, think I'm going to short 20% higher than normal, or I'm going to short 10% higher than normal. Because if you're always wrong, or you're always getting stopped out, then just short higher. Because if you're shorting too low, you're losing. So just short higher. Or if you're buying and you're buying too high and you're losing all the time, buy lower, because you obviously your intuition is somewhat okay, but your entry and exits are wrong. I love John. I really wish he would get back to trading and blaming me. Anyway, might trade afternoon and blow up my account. I don't know. Feeling cute. Long Tesla. I think we're nearly done. Timing is key. Get in as close. Yeah, exactly. LWT is the same. LWT is Roscoe. He's a friend from back home. Has a room. Check it out. But LWT is get as like if you are struggling, I go long or short as close to the risk level, and not just any risk level. Certainly not an intraday risk level. Go long or short on a key resistance level. Now, this strategy doesn't work with gap and craps because you've just got to like short the spike. Gap and craps are such a dangerous strategy because it took me 3 or 2 years to manage to short spikes on gap and craps because you don't have a key level to risk off. You've just got to fucking short higher highs, and it's the most dangerous thing in the stock market that you can do. But when you learn to do it and when you form the discipline to cut it, it's the most profitable strategy in the stock market. But if you're struggling with discipline and losses, then work on daily volume risk levels, long and short. Go drinking. I've got a podcast, so I can't really drink too much. Emotions calm with time. I used to like, if I ever like short like a 5-10K position, the emotions were through the roof. Now I'm pretty chilled. I can manage multiple emotions. They subdue with time. Thanks, G, for finding my force entries after a bad run. Take a day off, bro. Take a day off. There's an LWT fan, Michael Fay. Everyone should check them out on YouTube. God bless. So that's about it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying. I think it's a good recap. Will you please just like the YouTube video and like leave a comment on what trade you liked the most and what you liked about it? Or just leave some sort of comment. Like, please, there's 38 of you in the room. Fucking hit like and leave a comment, because the more people that like, the more people that leave a comment, the more people that are going to see the videos and learn. And the reason I do this for free is because I feel like I'm helping a lot of people, but I can't keep doing it. I don't want to keep on putting the effort in unless I feel like I'm making a big difference. So I'll do it more the more you comment and like. So if you comment on the YouTube video, I don't ask for money. I just ask for a comment. Comment and like, and I swear to you, if I get at least 30 comments today, there'll be one tomorrow, live trades, 30 minutes to an hour, teaching everything I've learned from fucking thousands of dollars of lessons and tuition from the best in the world. So peace. Have a good one. Please comment what you've learned. Thumbs up, and I'll see you later.